And you intend to learn from this, I trust, in the interlude by which we intend to represent ourselves in this reflection of light, in the visions of reflected ideas about myself that I intend to set up with you, will give you, I trust, within our relationship with each other, a new idea about the totality of the converting going on actively in our ideas about ourselves. Will you listen with me about that? Look with me. The only concern that I can possibly be having in the idea of a reflection of light as pertaining to what you believe that I am within this setting of a storyline, of a sequential idea of a relationship of light, would be to show you on a continuing basis a method by which you can recognize your individual responsibility for what's occurring here. I am responsible for what I say. I am choosing the outcomes that I want in regard to the joy that I just felt in a better reflection of you. And everything that I'm seeing in that relationship is showing me a better picture of a previous continuity of story about myself that I had been telling myself as this human being. This projection of the possibility that I have been other than the entirety of the light that I'm able to see out in the universe. As I escape the reflected light of dark form that heretofore had constituted my relationship with you. Are you getting a reflection of this light? Do you have a good picture of the consciousness of the concept that you now hold about yourself that becomes a space-time location in which you hold yourself, and that you're holding yourself here, and that now you're observing that observation of yourself in the direction of holding that light reflection? There's healing for you. Okay. The decision that you have evolved in the idea of who you were have given you a new direction in the possibility that the reflection of light that we are offering each other, as it increases in frequency of power of decision, we are more and more aware, all right, that the subject of what we are concerned about is not objective in our relationship with ourselves, but is undergoing virtually instantaneous conversion in the recognition that the reason for us to be here, okay, is to recognize who I am. The practice that you and I are employing together is for the sole reason within the idea of light, of the consciousness of me, is to recognize first my relationship with this world, then your relationship with me in our relationship with this world. Here's why. As long as I get a dark reflection of myself in the idea of who I am, how can I know who I am? How can I know where I'm going? How can I know where I've been? I walk around in a condition, we call this amnesia. I walk around in a condition of not being able to identify myself within the formulation, yet I persist in the idea that I'm me. Practice with me now in this new light conversion. Will you say to me, I'm me?
I'm me.
Are you you?
Yeah.
I thought I knew you. Now, there's no way, listen with me. I can be certain that I know you at that time, very simply because you're a projection of my mind, all right? Yet the projection of my mind can only be contained within reflections of light that indicate the possibility as I look out into the universe that I am perfectly well aware of the billions of stars and the galaxies that are out there. Yet it appears that the reflection of my light does not allow me to see it. So that the reason for why I am here is always obscured by dark reflections of light that make me unable at any single moment to get a reflection. There, I had a good one. Oh, it changed. Yeah, look with me. Now it appears as though you're separate from me. Do you see that? You become a dark image of myself, and now I appear to be surrounded by all sorts of dark images, and I wonder why I'm afraid. I wonder why, in the containment of the idea of the power of my mind to make decisions about what I want to see, it appears to me that the manner in which I'm observing myself is somewhere in space-time. Yet when I find myself there, it doesn't seem to me that as I look at you, you are not a separate condition from me in what I see, because you and I, in the reflections of light, that you have now decided to release your defense of the protection of yourself, are giving you a clear vision of what you want to see about me. Listen with me now. We're going to talk a little bit more about the reasonableness within the consciousness of yourself of what you want to see about yourself. Now, I'm going to talk about you. It had to be you, didn't it? I wandered around and I began to catch glimpses of you more and more within your perception of yourself. You see that? Then I would get a reflection of a light, perhaps that flashed into my mind, and I quickly turned and I peeked rather surreptitiously at the idea that it might be you. But by the time I got the reflection back within the light, there was no range of centering in which I could see you. You see that? Yet I have made a fundamental admission within the consciousness of myself that I am responsible for what I am saying and am making decisions. Listen to this. This is exciting because it's a description of the dark forms that are all around us. And I want you to enjoy it. I want you to enjoy it in this perspective. If you'll stop attempting to determine the outcome of the reflections of light that you're getting in this chaotic idea of the dream sequence that you're having about yourself, suddenly someone is going to appear in front of you that's going to give you a great deal of joy. Do you know who it's going to be? You. You're the one I'm looking for. No, well, aren't you looking for this one over here? You watch me. The totality of reflection of light that surrounds us will cure, and I'm using the word cure in the idea of converting light, of the agency by which I am identifying myself as this body form. Trust, I am giving you a clear demonstration of my capacity through, we call him the Savior of the world, Jesus of Nazareth, my certainty that as I view you in the perspective of the conversion of your mind, I am the Savior of the world.